guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Alan's Horror World. My name is Alan. Of course, you guys already know that. So welcome back to my series of Spider-Man reviews leading up to the release of No Way Home coming out in a day and a half. I'm really excited for it. So, like I said, welcome back. And I'm just going to give you a fair warning. Do not spoil Spider-Man No Way Home for me, please. I have already gotten a massive spoiler because of YouTube. Because people think it's a good idea to film scenes in the movie theater when it is illegal, one. And two, a lot of us have not seen the movie yet. But if you have seen the movie, do not go in the comments and be like, oh, this happens in the movie or this person shows up. Don't do that, please. Don't do that, because if you do, I'm probably going to block you and force you to unsubscribe. Sorry about that, my laptop turned off. Don't do that, though, please. I'm begging you, don't do it. But without further ado, we're going to cut straight to the chase because I don't have that much time. Let's review Spider-Man 2. So Spider-Man 2 stars Tobey Maguire, Alfred Molina, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, J.K. Simmons, Rosemary Harris, and is directed by Sam Raimi. This is yet again the second movie of this iconic trilogy, and is often considered the fan favorite of every Spider-Man movie that's ever been made. Can't say I blame the fans for that. When a failed nuclear fusion experiment results in an explosion that kills his wife, Dr. Otto Octavius is transformed into Dr. Octopus, a cyborg with deadly metal tentacles. Doc Ock blames Spider-Man for the accident and seeks revenge. Meanwhile, Spidey's alter ego, Peter Parker, faces fading powers and self-doubt. Complicating matters are his best friend's hatred for Spider-Man and his true love's sudden engagement to another man. So, fun fact about myself. I was born just over 2 months after this movie came out. Happy late birthday to me, and happy late birthday to my lovely friend Spider-Man 2. So, little fun fact about me, I'm just as old as Spider-Man 2. And I feel very freaking old. Like, really old. I'm only 17 years old, but I feel old. And that's all I will say for now. We're not really going to waste a lot of time here because I really don't need to get into too much backstory about this movie with myself because I grew up with the trilogy, like I said, and I definitely grew up with this movie. But all I will say is, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 3 favorites ever. Like, this is in my top 3. So, yeah, you can say that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my positives of Spider-Man 2. First off, I absolutely adored the story of the sequel. This movie is about Peter Parker balancing his normal lifestyle while also carrying the responsibilities of being Spider-Man. He has to do both in this movie, and it's proven to not be a very good task for Peter to do throughout the movie. He's having to pay rent, and he keeps getting behind on rent, which brings Mr. Ditkovich, one of the funniest characters of the trilogy. And, he's trying to pay rent and he can't do it on time. He's broke. He gets fired from a pizza delivery job, which is the pizza delivery scene, one of the best scenes of the movie. And he's getting paid by J. Jonah Jameson to slander his own image as Spider-Man, which really sucks for him. Peter's life sucks in this movie. And the way Sam Raimi does this, he puts him through constant stress throughout this movie. He does not let up. He puts Peter through constant pain. Everything keeps going wrong for him. Every good deed he does as Spider-Man results in a worse deed for Peter Parker. It just results in a very bad result for Peter. The spider gets the praise, but the man just keeps getting beaten into the ground, and that really sucks, and it makes you feel a lot of sympathy for Peter in this movie. Next, Alfred Molina as Otto Octavius is one of my favorite villains in cinema, and I'm so excited to see him in No Way Home. He is great. It's revealed that he's actually a really good person at the beginning of the movie. He is a intelligent scientist, but he also has a loving life with his wife Rosie, and it's really awesome. Actually, he actually does have similarities to Peter, really, and so yeah, that's the thing. And then when the AI takes over his mind, then he becomes evil. But then he goes back to being good again in the third act because Spider-Man doesn't defeat him by punching him and going pew, pew, pew. Peter Parker reaches him, knocks some sense into him, and tells him, you can't do this. You need to give up your dream if you want to save the city and save everybody's lives. And he sacrifices himself to do this, but it's revealed he's not actually dead because no way home. So we're going to be able to see him again in a day and a half, so I'm very, very excited for that. But he was incredible in this movie. Alfred Molina gave one of the best performances as a villain of all time. I really love him in this movie, so that is a huge positive. Third, the score by Danny Elfman, Christopher Young, John Debney, and a lot of other people is the best of the trilogy. I love this score. Even the alternate cues that Danny Elfman composed that did not end up in the movie, it's really good. I wish it was in the movie because Danny Elfman fits with Spider-Man, not Christopher Young. Although I love Christopher Young's score in the third movie, it doesn't fit with Spider-Man, to be honest. It sounds like Hellraiser in this movie. Like, the Doc Ock themes, like, towards the beginning of his scenes, it sounds like Hellraiser, and I heard it was ripped straight out of Hellraiser. By the way, maybe sometime in the future I will be doing a review for the original Hellraiser only, because, one, I still haven't seen Hellraiser, but I got it on DVD a couple weeks ago. Hopefully I'll be able to watch it soon. And I'm not seeing a single one of the sequels besides Hellworld, I think it was, but I haven't seen that in a very, very long time, so no, you'll only be getting a review for the first movie. But the score sounds too much like Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and I don't know, that does not fit with Spider-Man, but it is a good villain theme. It fits Doc Ock, but like, it shouldn't be in this movie. A horror score should not be in this movie. That's just my opinion. But the score is my favorite of the entire trilogy. It is so fun to listen to. It is emotional sometimes, exciting at some points, and really suspenseful at some points with the Doc Ock scenes. So really got to give praise to the score for this movie. Second time through, you still did an amazing job and an even better job than in the first film. Next, Tobey Maguire gives my favorite performance of the trilogy. He has to balance a lot of emotions throughout many scenes in this movie. Anger, depression, stress, hopelessness, frustration, sadness. He's got to go through all of it in this movie, and he did it magnificently well. People crap on him. They say he is a bad actor. He is not a bad actor. Shut your face. Tobey Maguire is a great actor. He is an incredible actor, okay? And no one shall disagree with me, because then you're wrong. I'm joking. No. I'm joking. No, you're not wrong. No, you're wrong.
What? Go ahead. You need to leave.
I'm joking with y'all. You can disagree with me all you want. It's fine. I will respect your opinion any day. I personally believe that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man, and he's an amazing actor. And he gave my favorite performance of the trilogy in this movie, like, out of Peter Parker. So, he is incredible in this movie. I adore Tobey Maguire in this movie. Like, there are scenes with him that do make me cry in this movie, because I am a really sensitive little girl that likes to cry all the time, especially when watching movies, and I did cry while watching this movie a couple times. Next, I will just say this. J.K. Simmons steals every scene he is in this movie. Just like always.
Spider-Man won't let me take any more pictures. You've turned the whole city against him.
A fact I'm very proud of. Now, get your pretty little portfolio off my desk before I go into a diabetic coma.
Boss, your wife's on the line. She said she lost a checkbook.
Thanks for the good news.
Mr. Jameson, please, isn't there any of these shots you can use? I really need the money.
Miss Brandt?
Yes.
Get me a violin.
5 minutes to deadline, Jonah.
All right, run a picture of a rancid chicken. Here's a headline. Food poisoning scare sweeps city.
Some food got poisoned?
I'm a little nauseous, yeah.
Sixth, every action scene in this movie is perfect. Every action scene, the bank scene, the train scene, it's all perfect. And the CGI holds up a lot better than it did in the first film. And it definitely earned the Oscar that it won that year. Yeah, this movie won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects, and it deserves it, because the CGI is actually really good in this movie. Sure, there are parts where it's a little bit iffy with, like, the facial expressions of characters when they're full CGI, like Doc Ock, but other than that, it's great. Sometimes it can look like a PS2 game, but most of the time, it's seamless. It's incredible. The mixture of practical effects and CGI is seamless throughout most of the scenes in this movie, and I really love that. I really love that. They finally learned how to do it. And in Spider-Man 3, it would not be as good, but we'll get to that soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to do my review of Spider-Man 3 tomorrow, but I kind of have plans because Christmas break starts on Friday, and I kind of want to go see No Way Home with one of my friends, and I want to go visit her as well. So we'll have to see how it goes. If I do visit her, then my review of Spider-Man 3 will be delayed. But yes, the action scenes are like incredible in this movie. They are phenomenal. They are amazing. And I just love them, okay? I can't help it. And finally, the ending, although there is a part of it that I'm very mixed on, to the point that it's almost a negative, but it's not. It's a mixed element. But the ending overall is amazing. Peter earns this ending. He finally gets the happy ending. He gets to be with Mary Jane. He gets to be with the love of his life. The girl next door, the girl he had a crush on since he was 6 years old. He finally gets to be with her, and it feels earned. And you want to cheer for him. You want to give this guy a hug because you're so happy for him and you want to cheer for him. You want to go, yeah, Peter, be happy, please. It's an awesome ending. It is an awesome ending for him. And even if the series ended here, it'd be an amazing way to end it. But no, we got a third movie, which we kind of knew the third movie was going to happen. But if it were to end here, it would be an amazing ending. But the ending is great. Now on to my one mixed aspect of the movie, which should be a negative, but I'm going to be a little bit more fair on this movie because this doesn't bother me very much, but sometimes I think about it and it does bother me a lot. Mary Jane. Look, sweetie, I know you still want to be with Peter, even though you're with John Jameson. But why would you ditch your fiance at the wedding on the day of to go be with the man you actually wanted to be with? Why not cancel the wedding a week before? That would be a more logical way to end it. Look, why would you ditch him at the altar on the day of your wedding to go be with Peter? Lord, the freaking decisions Mary Jane makes throughout this series is so frustrating to me. Jesus. And now, sadly, onto the negatives of Spider-Man 2.
You serious?
Psych! You really think I got negatives with this movie? No, there is absolutely no negatives with this movie. I refuse to find one. I've never found a negative with this movie. So, ha! Joke's on you, there's no negatives with this movie for me. Moving on. So overall, guys, if there was ever a movie that would be able to pass John Carpenter's Halloween in terms of greatness and being like the best movie of all time, Spider-Man 2 is that movie. Sometimes I don't even know whether this or Halloween is better. To be honest, they're tied for me. Halloween has a great score. It is a really terrifying movie. And it's one of the best movies in cinema. And it has a great villain and everything. But this movie has a great story, a great score, great performances, great pacing, great action scenes. Like, this movie has literally everything you want. Besides that one mixed element with Mary Jane, this is a perfect movie for me. So, to be honest, Halloween and Spider-Man 2 are tied as my favorite movie of all time at this point. Because I say Spider-Man 2 is not as good as Halloween, but to be honest, it's just as good. If not, maybe just, like, a tiny bit like, this is Halloween, this is Spider-Man 2. Like, Spider-Man 2 is, like, just barely edging out Halloween as my favorite movie. But they're tied. Because I can never figure out which one's better because they're both great films. They're both great films that I love to watch every year. I rewatched this movie last night and I just fell in love with the story all over again. And I do that with Halloween, but I do it even more with this movie. I love Spider-Man 2. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's tied as my favorite movie of all time with Halloween. I love this movie. I love this and Halloween for completely different reasons, but this is one of the best comic book movies ever made. It's one of the best films ever made. It's the best sequel ever made for me. This is an all-around great film that everybody needs to see, even little kids. I recommend this for absolutely everyone, even little kids. Because this movie is actually not as violent as, like, oh, wait. I forgot the hospital scene. Okay, never mind. Maybe I don't recommend it for little kids. My bad. But this is still a great film that everybody needs to see. And if you are in the mood to watch another Spider-Man movie around the time No Way Home comes out, give this one a go. I'm going to give Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 an A+. So what do you guys think of Spider-Man 2? Let me know in the comments below. Do you love this movie? Because everybody unanimously does. I have not heard a single person that hates this movie. Are you in the middle with it? Because some people definitely are. Or do you hate it? Because if you hate it, I want to know where you live so I can kill you in your sleep.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm joking. I'm not a killer. I'm kidding. That's Evil Adeline. Evil Adeline kills people. I don't. I'm good Adeline. Evil Adeline kills people. I don't. I really shouldn't be saying that word in a video because this... I don't care if I get demonetized, okay? Because I don't do YouTube for the money, so I don't care. So anyway, guys, be looking forward to my review of Spider-Man 3 whenever I can do it. If I don't have plans tomorrow, I will do my review of Spider-Man 3. If I do have plans tomorrow, I will try to get this review out as soon as possible. And be looking forward to my reviews of the MCU Spider-Man movies, including a spoiler-free review of No Way Home, because I do not want to spoil this movie for you guys. Again, do not spoil this movie for me in the comments, because if you do, I actually will kill you in your sleep. Again, I'm joking. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'll just send Evil Adeline to do it. But no, seriously, if you do, I will tell you to remove the comment, and I don't want this movie spoiled for me. Please, just don't do it. But anyways, be looking forward to my reviews of those movies. Again, those jokes, do not take them seriously. I'm just joking. I've been joking the entire time. Don't take my jokes seriously. I want you guys to laugh, okay? Just don't take them seriously, please, because I don't want to get in trouble. Just don't take them seriously, please. So anyway, guys, be looking forward to those reviews coming out pretty soon. And be looking forward to my re-reviews of the Scream movies coming out in January. So anyways, guys, I guess that's pretty much it. So anyways, I'm Adeline. This is Adeline's Horror World. Of course, you guys already know that. I love all you guys to death. And until next time,